Namaste. So I'm very excited to present the seventh episode of the Dil Se Dialogue, a fantastic initiative by BVSS to bring women role models in front and honor them. Women who have harnessed excellence in every field. And it's not every day you get to meet someone who has dedicated their life to one industry, one institution for
Yeah.
over 3 decades. In a world where the sky is the limit, literally, this remarkable woman has flown higher than most in her field. Please fasten your seatbelts and get ready to be inspired by a woman who has blazed a trail in the aviation industry and made history by breaking down barriers for women in a male dominated field. It's one of the toughest tasks for me to introduce someone of her stature in just few lines. But let me try it out. She has been 33 years in the airline hospitality industry, grew up from a management trainee in 1989 to member of Air India board in June 2018, has managed personal strength ranging from 3,000 to 21,000 seamlessly, including formulation and implementation of policy for blue collar workers to CXO. Wow. She is an advisor HR to CEO of Air India Limited, have been an active architect in the metamorphic transition of the company from a loss making to an airline taking off to be the world class. Awarded Lifetime Award for HR Excellence in December 2019 by Professional Networking Group of India. 33 years in industry and going strong, an art evangelist, a fitness freak. I welcome on board none other than Miss Amrita Sharan. I'm feeling like that childlike enthusiasm in welcoming Amrita on our seventh episode of the Dil Se Dialogue. A warm welcome, Amrita.
Thank you so much, Preeti. I'm myself excited. I never sounded so good the way you're talking about it. I'm a very normal executive, but the way you put the whole introduction, they say the beauty. I mean, a person who talks, their attitude reflects. So the way you've introduced, your attitude reflects. It's more what you are saying. So the goodness is all in your words. But
So
thank you
the,
so much for
the
introducing me so
saying, the
beautifully.
saying is not wrong that the beauty lies in the eyes of beholders. It is you who is
Yes.
seeing the beauty in me. Chalo, with a mutual appreciation, let's begin.
Absolutely. It is happening. Yeah.
Yes. And so to begin with, who is Amrita?
Hmm. Amrita Sharan is a simple, I don't know, simple woman who works, who does go to office, works, comes back home, lives with her family, and has a good social life. Is a very simple, ordinary person who works, who goes to office and comes back home. But yes, a very, very, a person who's very passionate in whatever she does. She has passion for life and for happiness. She just wants to do whatever she wants to do. She's very passionate about it. That's in simple who I am.
Yeah, this, I don't know much about you, but this reflects when I was going through your so called brief profile. I know how passionate you are about the work, the family, the friends, and everything.
Yeah.
It's, the very first thought coming to my mind is like, what motivated you to start a career in the aviation industry? And what has kept you engaged and excited about it for so long?
It's a very, very simple thing. There are two things I love in my life. One is food. I love to eat. And the second is traveling. So when I started my career as a management trainee, I joined ITC Welcome Group, the hotel chain. And then when the opportunity came for me to join Indian Airlines, that was the time I joined Indian Airlines as a management trainee. I was very excited, so I switched my job and I joined Indian Airlines. So that's simple. My greed for food, my greed for travel is what has taken me up in my career.
Wow.
So after that, yes. And yes, you know what? I am very old fashioned because, yes, I mean, when I speak to my kids or my contemporary, any of the friends, nobody has stayed in one company for the period I have stayed. I've been there throughout. But there's something very interesting about my company. The kind of metamorphosis this company has gone through, from a government company, a monopolistic Indian Airlines, to Air India, to stages of disinvestment, to now a private company. So you know, the my job has given me so much of varieties that I've never thought of looking outside for more
Hmm.
variation in my job profile. So that's how I've grown in my profession. Yes,
Great. And as you said that you have been in this the longest, usually people keep changing profile from one place
absolutely.
to
All
another.
my friends, my husband, everybody has changed job. I've been sticking to
Yes.
my job. Yes.
And you're talking about the various stages of
Yeah.
transition, what happened. So the thing I would like to understand that what's the biggest single challenge you have faced and how have you navigated that during this period?
You know, challenges, my challenges went with my company. You know, my company has faced many challenges. It was a monopoly, and where, you know, getting a ticket itself was so difficult. So, as an Indian Airlines monopolistic sky, we faced the open sky policy when the private players came in, and and then there were people with had competitive market prices. So my staff pilots started leaving. We had strikes and everything. So, you know, Preeti, it's very difficult to say one challenge. My my life throughout as an HR in Indian Airlines, which has gone through two disinvestment, privatization, I've seen many challenges, and all of them have been great opportunity for me to really learn, you know. So I won't say a very challenging job. I had a very educative and, you know, very learning career, because every few months I had something new to do, be it 90s and 2000, and I always had a very too much of variety. And then in after 2018, I was in the board of three companies. So that itself was very exciting. Air India, I had HCI, it was the hotel division, and then so all doing, I have had too many things, too many interesting things to take me forward. And now after privatization, I have a different role altogether. So I mean, this is a very very new it's a very new way of working. From a government sector, when you come to a private sector, it's there's nothing common. So now I'm looking after sustainability, volunteering, which is very close to Tata Group. So this has given me, you know, I've reached a age where I really wanted to do more of volunteering, more of sustainability, talk more other than the corporate language. So I have this opportunity to take that forward also. So that's all I have been doing so far. But then it's been a very very interesting and challenging and a journey full of opportunities.
Hmm. When you were saying, I realized yes that aviation industry has seen big changes in last 3 decades,
Absolutely.
and I could see that curvy path, or you can call it a roller coaster ride, where a lot of
Yeah.
learning, but different
Abs-
excitements too, a lot of changes, right?
yeah, yeah, major changes.
But
It's
then you have
been
so beautifully taken each and every opportunity as a learning and growth opportunity.
it has been, you know, it has
Mhm.
been, because, you know, I started when we were I started my career in Calcutta. And in
Mhm.
Calcutta, that was a time when there was a lot of unionism, you know. So I remember when I joined and I was an assistant manager, we had a sweeper strike. Sweepers
Okay.
went on strike. And in aviation, you know, everybody is very important. So if the sweeper doesn't clean your aircraft, the aircraft can't take off the next day morning. So I remember that time we had to smuggle in the outside sweeper to clean the aircraft for the morning flights. So it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when we were, you know, clandestinely bringing all the outside sweeper in a truck which looked like a catering truck. So major excitement has happened in my life from the day I joined. And the
Wow.
saddest part was, like, I joined Indian Airlines in 1991, and then 1991, you remember 320, we had a lot of issues when all our by 320 aircraft was grounded. So we had major, and then there was a sequence of strikes which had happened, and there was a time when we were not earning at all. So going through all this, if I reflect back, there's been so many instances which I talk now, talks like a challenge or a case study. But when we're going through it, it seemed like, okay, every day morning I have to get up and do this and come back home, and then that's it. So it
I'm
was
sure you have a treasure of beautiful stories and
absolutely. I know when my grandchildren happen to have lots of stories to tell them.
yeah, definitely. And I'm being like really excited to someday sit with you and keep listening all those stories.
Yeah, I've got a
So,
lot of stories to share.
wow. But keeping in mind, I have a lot of questions too to ask you. So, long journey, long career. So, who has been the biggest influence on your career, and how have they shaped your approach to work?
Shaped me. My biggest I have I've had many good bosses. They have all been very I mean, I've learned a lot from any. And the best thing was that in my company in Air India, every 2 years or 3 years we used to have new CMD. So I have a lot of interacted with many people and I've learned a lot from them. So it's very difficult for me to pinpoint one person who is really being very influential, except my father. My father, there's another a story attached to it. We were four sisters and one brother. We are. And then, it was like sisters born to have the brother come in, And I was the fourth child for my brother, and the next was my brother. So
Mhm.
we used to really be after our parents that you are partial towards one son that you have, and then you just added us for the heck of bringing this guy. But then I don't know. My father was very, very. I mean, he had no concept of discrimination. As a matter of fact, he indulged a lot on the daughters, and his only concept was that all of you should be financially independent. You have to have a career in life. So that and maybe because we used to pull his leg a lot, he has invested more on the daughters than the son. Son bichara grew up, but we were really made sure that we had to study and we had to do our course and we had to be financially independent. So my main influencer, a person who really made me what I am, was my father. He is no more, but yes, what he did to me and you know what, initially I just told him, why should I work, I'll have a husband to work for me. So I started with that, let me enjoy my life. I'll have a husband who'll work for me. So that was, and when he saw this attitude in me, he made it sure that I have to do something, I have to get a degree, I have to get a job. So my mentor, my guide, everything has been my father. But then yes, down my in the course of my career, I have met many good person who has really taught me a lot. So there's thanks to too many people. So I can't name one. But it's been
Understand. And it's so heartening to hear that the time when you were studying and you started your career back then, it was actually not that common that every
yeah,
father will think that the daughter should be financially independent. So
absolutely.
big respect to him and his thinking and the
Yeah,
way he has invested on
yeah,
more on you
yes,
sisters
he
than
did.
less on the son. So um, really salute that thought process and his
Yeah,
being there
true.
with you. And
Very, very true. Absolutely.
yes, so uh, you do have a lot of interesting stories about aviation industry, the different kind of roles you have played. But if you can share with us your favorite memory from your working time in this industry.
Favorite memory, Preeti, you spoke to me about memories. Again, there's no favorite memory because there are many memories I have,
Yes. If you have
and
to pick
each
one.
memories okay, then the favorite memory would be, we had an Imphal crash. The aircraft had we had a crash in Imphal, and there we had gone to the hills. It was, and the aircraft had crashed in the hills, and we had gone when it was a very, very, very sad sight, and it was raining, so, and it was on the hill, so we really had to march, trek in and go to the site of the crash. And there we had the local people working, we did as a duty, we were the employee of the company, so we had all gone. But the kind of assistance those local people give, till, we used to work throughout the night, because, we had to identify bodies. It was, I mean, I don't have any nice thing to talk about it, but but still the best memory that I have were the locals who stood by us. And I was what, 30 years younger. So a young girl with all, Northeast Imphal, you're a little scared. There was a Bodo movement that time, they had LTT and all those things. But still, the kind of support and the kind of help these people provided, I mean, it's unthinkable. And they were all very poor. It's not they were very rich, but they did not, and they were all daily wages. So they used to go for work every day and come back. But then for 3 days they stayed with us. So they have not earned it at all, Whatever, we used to provide them food, but the kind of, without any expectation, without any wish, I mean, anything in return, the kind of work, the kind of assistance they provided was amazing. And it is, I mean, every time I remember that, and you want to, I mean, you don't want to relive that experience, but whatever you learned during that, that's what is keeping me going and doing this sustainability. And you really want to give back to the society and learn from them how they
Yeah,
do it selflessly. That
yeah,
was a beautiful experience for me, Preeti.
yeah. It's like a true example of humanity, empathy,
Absolutely.
compassion, being there for
Absolutely.
fellow human beings,
Yeah.
where they don't need anything in return.
Hmm.
They can feel the pain and the difficulties
Yeah.
they
True.
experience.
And you know what, Preeti? The interesting thing was, even that day, 20 years back, I was a young girl, but the kind of confidence my people had on me, and I was sent all the places where, you thought that, I mean, my father used to say, "You're going there to Imphal crash. How will you land? Who will look after you?" But my company really, I mean, they used to take care of me, but they have given me such exposure to such experiences, with all the strike. And I was looking after industrial relation. So we used to have, and we had a lot of action, lot of strikes, lot of agitation. And in middle of all that, I never felt that I was a female, so I should be protected, or a male was sent instead of me. So that's been something very great about my company. They don't discriminate at all. They never discriminated with me at all. So, I mean, to think even, I mean, I can take it as that I used to feel secure, so I could also not ask for any protection.
Yeah, I can see that how you have been to this company for so long because you have so much love and appreciation for your company.
Absolutely.
And your
Totally.
company is known for trust and taking care
Yeah.
of every human being, not only their employees, but each and every human being.
Yeah.
It's
And this
amazing.
is one company which has got, we have about 32% of women representative. And in the board, it was 33%. We were two female in the board, in Air India board. So that
Mm.
itself, three of us were there, independent, and we were two female in the board of the company also. And in other boards also, we always had a women representative. It's just that we were two of them, so we were there in 3, 4 boards. But it is a very gender neutral company. I must say that.
Super. So many experiences, a lot of appreciation for the company. So, in this journey, if you could share one of the most valuable lessons you have learned.
Valuable lessons. I valuable lesson is, I won't say only with the company. Valuable lesson for everybody. I really feel that, when as a woman, when we go out to work, we are guilty person in the office, because in the office you feel that you are there for a longer time, so you are, you know we feel that we feel that we are superwoman, that can handle office, house, khana pina, everything we can handle. We needn't be superwoman. The men are not supermen, so why should we pretend to be superwoman? This is one. And then if we cast off this fact that we can also be do some error at work, or not be so there for the kids all the time, or not be there for your in-laws all the time, or your parents. It's done. You know, every it's a women are not superwomen, and they should not be guilty about it. When they have taken up a career, we have to we have to be humanly taking it forward. And the second thing I really feel is that, when we are in a trouble as a woman, I feel the kind of shakti I have inside me. Whenever, suppose you are not well, or somebody is not well, and they come to you and you say that, you ask about them, how are you feeling, but you never ask yourself, how are you feeling? So the person should, what I really feel, that you should invest in yourself. You have to take care of yourself. If you aren't full, you can't be there to give anything to others. The problem with us is that we don't look after ourselves. We don't look after our internal problems, our grievances, our dukh, कि किसी ने मेरे को ऐसा क्यों बोला, ये जो दुख हुआ मुझे, I never think about it. I never sit back and counsel myself. That is something we really need to do. You need to work on yourself, make yourself so full that you can really give anything and everything to everybody.
I
So
so agree with you on this because
absolutely, we are not taking care. The first person you should take care of is yourself. Then only can you take care of anywhere or anyone.
so
So that's one big thing we
majority
should
of
do.
time during my coaching sessions when I am being with my women clients, the I think majority of them are suffering with this disease called guilty
Yeah, true.
and
Very true.
self-imposed superwomanship. And
Absolutely.
the only solution is that you are not superwoman, you are just a woman with two hands,
Absolutely.
not a Durga with the
And
eight hands. And you can
absolutely.
be present everywhere.
And Preeti, I want to add one thing. The concept of diversity, when we talk about bringing the feminine part and masculine part. So when we come to office for diversity concept, we should not give away our feminine part. We should not imitate to become a woman, to become a man in the office. You don't have to wear pants and go to office and not pretend you're a woman. You want to put on your lipstick anytime, you want to take care of your sari, you want to look good. You are a woman, you should look good. If we start imitating like a man, then we are going to, then the diversity concept will not come on the table. We will not be bringing that feminine part and the masculine part, and there will not be diversity. We'll be imitating something. We will be trying to be someone who we are not. So we should be ourselves, because the kind of shakti
Yeah.
we have inside us is amazing. The kind of
Yeah.
thing that we can do as a woman is amazing. So we should
This is
be, both of us should live. And you know what, and there's something else, when we talk about diversity, when we talk about women issues, we forget that even men have an issue. I have always felt that my father was made to be more masculine, looking after 4 daughters. And so he was also more troubled. We had a lot of expectations from him, which we should not have had. We should have taken him as a human being also. So they also have that issue, because I mean, when a child says that I love my mother more, the father will also feel bad, na? It's
of
not that
course.
he should be very masculine and feel that okay, it's fine. So we have also not done justice to men folk, because
Mm.
the kind of masculine we expect from them, that makes them also do things which are not acceptable otherwise. The poor guy is made to show his manliness in the sense he should not be showing.
Yeah.
So both of
So
us, both men and women, should be made to live the way they are. God
yeah.
has made us the way we are, and we should be. And the difference is only for one particular purpose. That is reproduction. Rest, there's no similarity. We are not supposed to be like each other. We are supposed to be different, so that we bring in the diversity. And that's what I want to tell everybody. When you go to office, you don't have to be a man. You don't have to be shy when your child calls up in midst of a meeting that, Mama, where's my pencil? He will call up because Mama has trained him to be like that. And it's a pleasure. So you can take a minute off and reply to him. So, I mean, you should not be embarrassed. But you know what? I used to do that to my father, and my father was never embarrassed. Because I remember as a child, I used to call up my father when he was there in the meeting. He never felt embarrassed. But when we get that meeting, we shy it up. Papa, we are in a meeting. We'll call you up later. Why? Answer it. That's more important. They're
So
going to
you
be
have
there for you.
actually
The job may not be
shared
there
a
for you at all.
yeah. So you have shared a very very valuable life lesson. Be who you are. Don't try to
Yeah.
pretend like
Don't
anyone
pretend.
else. And it's not selfish to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Until and unless you are not taking care of yourself, you can't serve others better. So you can't be a
Absolutely.
superwoman and present everywhere. Amazing, amazing lesson. And this this is making me ask you that what is that secret strategy that you use to stay productive and motivated all the times?
To have no strategy at all. To
Hmm.
just be yourself. If you don't have strategy, if you don't do too much of planning, your inner personality comes out. So we should not be planning and thinking about what I'll do. The problem with us, we don't live in the present. All of us, we don't live in the present. You're all bothered कि मेरे को क्या बनना है. I have to become that. Or these things were so nice. It used to
Yeah.
be so comfortable for me previously. So
Mm-hmm.
in all the backward and forward thinking, we miss a present. So
Hmm.
for me, I don't have any strategy. I just go to work and work. When I come back and I go to the kitchen, I cook, I serve, I do everything. But I'm just there in the present. Because for me, there's been a lot of issues where I should be very troubled. But hey, we can't take care of our future. We can do nothing about our past. It's only the present that we have to live in. And we can do wonders there. We can really do wonders there.
Hmm. So the
So
key is
that's
to
my
live in
mantra.
present. The key is to live in present, make your present a present for yourself and for others.
Absolutely. And this is what meditation is all about. I feel my concept of meditation. If you're there in the present, you are
You are
you're not
meditating.
thinking about your
Mm,
future,
yeah,
not
yeah.
thinking
You
about your
don't
past.
have to
You're
do
enjoying
separate
what you're
for
doing right
meditation.
now.
Yeah,
True.
true.
So you just have to be in your present.
Hmm.
That's it.
Wow, just beautiful. So we come to that point where I know we are talking all about women, but still,
Mm.
what advice do you have for young women who are interested in pursuing a career in the aviation industry, and particularly in HR, aviation industry HR?
Aviation industry, women need not be confined to any industry as such, because aviation has got a lot of scope. You can be air hostess. There are a lot of roles. Whatever roles you say, it is available. Now we have pilots, we have engineers, we have got flight dispatchers. There is ample skilled, and we have got air hostess. There's a lot of roles available. So that's if you go take aviation as a career. But whatever you do, there's one thing, Preeti. The problem with we women is, I won't say it's women, the problem with mankind is, when you are a teenager, you have to take your +2, you have to do your pass that at 10th. So your hormonal imbalances are so much that there's so much of distraction in your life. Same is the problem with women when it comes to her career. When she really has to work hard, she has the issue with her kids. That'll be the time when she'll have kids. That'll be time when she'll have her mother-in-law. She'll have all the distraction in their life, and that's the time when she really has to perform and climb that career ladder. So here, I just have to say one thing, that you choose what you want to do. If you
Mhm.
want to give up and take a sabbatical, believe me, right now there's so much of opportunity that you can do anything you feel like. But you make your choice. Don't let anybody else take a choice, so that tomorrow you should not say that your husband said to give up because your kids are to be looked after. Or your career has, because of your career, your kids were neglected. No. And in any case, now kids looking after is not only a mom's responsibility, it's everybody's responsibility. That should
Yeah.
be very clear to
So
everybody.
what
But
I'm getting
women,
from
when we talk about women not being in the boardrooms, there are phases when they really have to take a sabbatical if the support system is not there. But that should be a conscious decision. That should be your decision, so that you should not have a grudge that your child made you leave a job, or because you neglected your child, so you could not look after your house. Believe
Mhm.
me, we can do both. There are many people who have done, they have been able to do both. It's just that expectation setting has to be laid out.
Mhm.
If you're a working woman, you cannot be sitting and doing the homework of your child every day, sitting with him and doing your homework. My mother used to sit with and do homework with me, but I was nothing very great. I've not done so much of time, invested so much of time in my kids' homework, but they are quite good. So it's not
Hmm.
that is because you are a housewife, you'll be able to look after your child more. No, it's just the quality that you spend with your child is important. And definitely the support of your husband and you should be very clear that the husband should also be there to support you if he wants a good career woman with
Agree.
her.
So what I'm getting from you is like, जो भी करो अपनी नैया की पतवार अपने हाथ में रखो. Make your choices.
Absolutely, totally. And do not have a guilt for anything that you have not done, because there's nothing it's a choice you made. Life
Okay.
is full of choice. It's just what you choose, and there's such great
That's,
thing to choose from.
that's really beautiful. And my one eye is on the time. I really want to talk and talk and talk with you, but still
No.
keeping an eye on the time.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
my
yes.
I
The
had a lot of
problem with women
questions.
is that we want to talk so much. And coming from
No,
HR, we
the
talk a
thing is
lot.
that you have so much experiences to share with us, and we can't do justice in just this 31 to 32 minutes.
Right.
But yeah, we have to. So to quickly wrap it up in one word, what will be the title of your unfinished biography?
Hmm? Title of my unfinished biography: a person who
Biography.
lived her life.
A person
I
who
am
lived your life. Beautiful.
a person who's lived her life. I live my life. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful, very nice. And thank you very much for accepting our invitation, being here, and sharing all the life nuggets, beautiful gems with us. So much more to talk to you, but maybe some
Yeah.
other time. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you,
Amrita.
Preeti. Preeti, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to talk about myself. It's been quite a long and I've not really talked about myself. You talk about, a certain topic, some topic is given. It was good to have a frank conversation, not a strategized conversation here. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Preeti.
Thank
It
you
was a
very much.
pleasure all the way.
It was completely our pleasure to have you on board. And with this, watch out this space for the next episode of the Dil Se Dialogue. Till then, keep finding the possibilities, keep flying high, keep dreaming, and keep manifesting. Have a good day.